Hey guys, my name is Raddy, and today I'm going to be discussing the most recent Pokemon Directs that officially revealed Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. I did actually record a live reaction and tried to upload it a couple times, but the Pokemon company kept on blocking it and taking it down due to copyright reasons, so I'm kind of doing this Afterthoughts video instead. With that out of the way, let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is probably the most eye-catching thing about the reveal, and that's the names. I've seen a lot of people loudly express that they think these names are dumb, but I personally think they're decent. They're not mind-blowing or revolutionary, but they stick to the themes of opposites, which has been around since the beginning of Pokemon, and they work quite well, so I'm a fan of them. If I had to choose which game I'd pick up on release right now, I'd go with Sword, just because I prefer the colour blue. Right now we know literally nothing about the version exclusives, and that's what usually sways my decision. So I guess we're going to just have to wait and see what the box art legendaries are before I make my final decision, but for now, in case you were curious, I'm Team Sword. The next thing is the graphics, and I think they're okay. They're a step up from Let's Go, but it's still quite recognisable as a Pokemon style. It's kind of just about what I expected them to be really, but I know a lot of people want even higher quality graphics, and I get that, but personally I don't mind the way that they look, considering just over 8 years ago this is what they looked like. Pokemon games have always kind of been a bit behind on the latest amazing graphics, so I never really expected something as good looking as Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild, so generally I think they're good because I didn't have my hopes too high. They're a step up from Let's Go, and that's all I really wanted. Moving on to the region, I think it's good. It's clearly based on the UK, which is pretty cool because I live in England and I can definitely see the similarities just from the small amount we saw. The map really resembles an upside down shape of the UK, which is kind of expected from a region based on it, but that also means it's quite narrow and like a long path. I don't really mind that, but it would have been nice to have a more open and less linear region for a change. We did get a short look at the city that resembles London, and it looks pretty cool. It's got a steampunk kind of vibe going on, and that's all I really have to say about it. It just looks nice. Moving on to the general gameplay, we don't really see that much, but from what we do see, it just looks like a regular old Pokemon game. One thing that I did notice, however, is that we don't really see any Pokemon following you, and they've seemed to go back to completely wild encounters, which in my opinion is a bit of a step back in progress. I thought they would have implemented those mechanics from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, but I guess they're just a gimmick exclusively for those games, which kind of sucks to be honest. The final thing I want to talk about is one of the highlights of the Direct for me personally, and that is the starters. I've seen a lot of people say they don't really like them, but I think they're all pretty good. Right now, if I had to guess from the limited footage we've seen of them and their designs, I'm going to guess that Grookey will turn into a grass fighting type, Scorbunny will turn into a fire electric type, and Sobble will turn into a water ghost type. They're kind of just wild guesses, but I thought I'd throw them in just in case any turn out to be correct. If I had to pick my favourite out of the three, I'd have to go with Grookey. I don't really know why, I just think he's the coolest, but we'll have to see what their evolutions are before I settle with who I pick. One last thing I want to mention real quick is that I can't remember where exactly, but I've seen someone say that Scorbunny is based on a footballer, and now I totally see it. It works well with the football stadium and jersey that is shown earlier in the trailer too. Maybe there's kind of a football theme going on at some point. Anyway, that's it from me. If you enjoyed this video then feel free to leave a like and maybe even subscribe for more Nintendo content. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.